Thank you. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Guys, stop. Okay, yes, it's the greatest song ever written, I know, okay?
But we get that every week.
Just calm down, man. It's okay.
Sorry, we're just so humble.
We're so... I mean, could you believe that I wrote that song in like the span of a second?
No.
Like, it's... Literally took me just a second to write that song.
You're just such a good song.
It's one of those crazy... Like, it's one of those crazy things that just came to me, and I was like, dude, this is a song. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyways, I'm Caleb Griffin.
And I'm Caleb A.M.
And this is a little dandy we like to call Caleb A.M.
It's where we Caleb and we A.M. It's in the morning, which is the A.M. time, and we're named Caleb, and my name's Caleb, and his name's Caleb. And then sometimes we, what do we do?
Yeah, sometimes we talk about Jesus.
We drink caffeine.
We answer a question.
We talk about life.
Then we go to class. And that's when Caleb A.M. ends.
It's typically when it ends.
Yeah, sometimes we'll just video the whole A.M. period up until 11:59. And you get to see what we do throughout the day. Just kidding, we've never done that before. That'd be a hard live stream to uphold.
Yeah, especially because we're in different classes after 9. After 9:50.
It's true. Anyways.
And we've gotten pretty close. We've had that almost 4-hour one, so we made it to like 10 one time.
Mm-hmm. Those are the ones we don't have class.
That's almost there. It's almost the entire AM. If actually, I guess we would have to start at midnight, but
yeah. Do you imagine a 12-hour live stream, just the AM? We would die.
I would definitely need a food break.
My sleep schedule would be so messed up after that.
That would have to happen in the middle of summer or the middle of winter.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd need a week or two to fix it.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, as always, we start with some scripture on Caleb A.M. Today's scripture is my scripture. It was my turn for the scripture.
So this is your scripture?
It's not my scripture. I did not write this note, but it's my turn to read the scripture that was written by Paul, inspired by God.
Amen.
So I've been reading the book of Galatians recently. Very good book. Very interesting book.
The fruit of the Spirit.
It does talk about the fruits of the Spirit. But just to give some background, so Paul is writing to this church because they're basically telling people, Church of Galatians, yes, hence the name Galatians, because they are basically saying that you must be circumcised in order to be saved, and obviously when you do things like that, Paul gets upset. So Paul writes this letter, and it says this is chapter 3, verses 21 and 22. Is the law contrary to the promises of God? Certainly not. For if a law had been given that could give life, then righteousness would indeed be by the law. But the Scripture imprisoned everything under sin, so that the promise by faith in Jesus Christ might be given to those who believe. So, he's basically saying here that the law is not a bad thing, it's a good thing, and that there's nothing in the law that's contrary to the promises of God. The law came from God, but he is saying that the law is not what gives you righteousness, and it's not what saves you. And if it was, then there'd be no reason for Jesus to come in the first place, because we're not perfect, and you have to be perfect in order to follow the law perfectly. And there's only been one person to ever do that on earth, and we had to have some other way of being given righteousness, and that's through our faith in Jesus Christ and choosing to believe in him. And there's a part I really like at the end, where this is his final warning. This is chapter 6, verse 11. He says, "See with what large letters I am writing to you with my own hand. If it is those who want to make a good showing in the flesh, who would force you to be circumcised, and only in order that they may not be persecuted for the cross of Christ." And I love that, or I don't love it, I just wish that I could see, like, the actual letter that he wrote, because I'd like to see, like, the large letters that Paul wrote here, because he seems to be very upset. But, yeah, he says, verse 11, "See with what large letters I am writing to you with my own hand." And I'm just like, I wish I could see the actual letter, but
I wonder if it means the actual letter or just the length of the letter.
Could that too.
Either one.
It says large letters, and there's only one book of Galatians. but I would assume it's the individual letters. But
I might have written more than one letter to Galatia, though.
Yeah, he might have. That's true. It's so fun though, like to think about. Like when I envision after reading through Galatians, what I envision is I feel like he starts off like just normal writing, and then as he gets it going, he just gets like bigger and bigger, and just like
eventually he's using one page per letter.
Per letter, yeah. They're just like all these most beautifully drawn, detailed, oriented letters that are just like, yeah. I don't know, man. But I would love. That's something I wish I could see though. Was that letter? When I read that, I was like, that's interesting. But yeah, that was my verse for today.
Good verses.
Thank you.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
I always love a good 3-verse Caleb A.M. Wednesday.
It's always a good way to start.
They're kind of rare. We get 2 verses a lot.
We do get 2 verses a lot. It's hard. I mean, there's a lot of great 1 verses, but it's hard sometimes to just say 1 verse and not want to keep going to the next thing.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Genesis 1:1 next week and then read the entire Bible.
Nice. We'll be here from 12 to 12.
I actually learned at D now that on average, if a person spent 15 minutes a day reading the Bible, they would be done in a year. So, let me see how many hours that would take.
I have seen that places.
Oh, come on. It'd be better to do like, let's see, 365 times 15 divided by 60. Be 91 hours.
It's not as many as I would think. Not with 91 divided by 24.
Um, 91 divided by 24. About almost 4 days.
So 4 days a week.
I might have done the math wrong on that because. Yeah.
But if we were the Bible and Caleb A.M, we'd basically be here for 4 days. Is what we're saying.
We'd be getting close to the next Caleb A.M.
Yes.
So.
All right.
But since you did that, the next thing we'll have to do on Caleb A.M. My chair is so squeaky today. I'm gonna try to take a spot and stay there. Prevent squeaking. So on Caleb A.M., after we do the Bible verse, we like to drink caffeine. But astute viewers will remember last week I said I was going to cut caffeine for the week because it's what you did. I wanted to be like you. So here's what I have today. It is a caffeine-filled Bang energy drink. So yeah,
that's okay.
I actually did really good. I didn't drink any caffeine really until yesterday, and I don't really know why I got one yesterday. I think it was like 50%. You had that Swedish Fish Ghost yesterday or Monday, and I didn't get any of it, and I was just like, I missed that.
Yeah.
And then I went to the pod market anyways, and I saw one, bought it, drank it. It was really good. Spilled half of it in my Japanese class.
That happens.
Yeah. But that was nice because now I don't really feel bad about drinking this today because I broke it yesterday. So
I
did 6 days though. So
I'm capping myself at 2 a week from now on because I don't want to. The week I went without caffeine was very stressful, but I slept a lot better than I did when I was drinking caffeine. So 2 a week, and I've already had one this week, so this will be my last one. But hold on, do you hear that siren from a distance?
yeah.
That, you know what that is?
Is that the you have a different energy drink or you have a white gummy bear?
It's the new flavor alert.
Wait, really?
Sour gummy worm.
No way. I didn't know they had a new flavor.
I did not either. So here's the story. I've been spending so much of my flex dollars.
Yeah, I actually
Like
bought
an
one
unholy
one day.
amount. It's been bad, is what I'm saying. So, today,
There's my one.
or not today, Monday actually, when I came home from class, I really wanted a Prime. I was craving lemonade Prime, and I was like,
Yeah, sorry.
and
Continue. I didn't mean that.
yeah, there you go. And so I was going to stop at the 76 and get one. And I was like, I'm also going to just buy my rain from there. I'll spend $2 from my bank account and save $3 from my flex because prices at State are more expensive. And I see something, and it is the back of the can like this is how it's facing, and I see that. And I'm like, that is not a color I've seen. And
I remember those feelings when I was starting with Bang. I'd be like,
sour bang. I was like, uh-oh.
I haven't seen that before.
And then I was going to tell you Monday when I got it, and I was like, I'll wait till Caleb A.M. till
I'm glad you did, because I'm actually surprised.
Yeah.
Because I don't keep up with Reign's flavors and stuff.
I need to see if they released any other flavors, because maybe I can find some more. Anyways.
I have high hopes, because white gummy bear's really good, and that's a candy.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
Shall we?
This is one of the best lollipops I've had in a while. I don't know, but there's just something about it. Don't seem excited.
No, hold on.
It smelled a little, not bad, but
No, that's good.
a little bland.
That's good.
Can I double sip too if I need to?
Yeah. The flavor is weird, but I like it.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever had a strawberry high chew?
No, I'm not.
Dude,
Is that what that tastes like?
it tastes exactly like that, but carbonated liquid form. I love strawberry high chew.
I can't get enough.
I would prefer a strawberry high chew over the liquid form. It also doesn't hit to the back end of the taste. Overall, I'm gonna give it. It's in the 8 range. It's like 83.
That's what I was thinking too. I like it a lot.
It's up there in my favorite range, though. I'd have to have another white gummy bear to compare, but I think I like white gummy bear a little bit more. I know I like rainbow sherbet more because that's just one of my favorite energy drinks.
I bought 2 of them. I'm glad I did, because I will drink another one. Not next Caleb A.M, but next week for one of my 2. I really like that.
It's good. It's really subtle. That was the word I was going for. Like it didn't
I
smell
expected
powerful.
I expected the sourness to be really powerful. It's not.
It's almost as sour as Swirly Pop, and Swirly Pop's not trying to be sour, so
It's really good.
it's not nearly as sour as the Sour Heads Bang,
Yeah.
which is such a good flavor that I might never have again. I miss the good old days of Bang.
He misses the good old days of the rain.
Me and Dr. Danma could go to any gas station anywhere and find one of the flavors we haven't had in a while.
Bless you.
Thank you. That one felt powerful. I could feel it in the sternum. Golly. Yeah. Oh, what is this? Probably from one of the energy drinks.
Probably.
It smells like yours. Did you spit on me?
Yeah, I did. Not all.
Yeah. So, Bang's pretty much over. I don't really see him anymore. So, pretty sad. Shout out to Monster. I hate Monster. It's the stupidest thing ever. Like, they weren't hurting you. You were making so much more money than them.
It's okay, Caleb.
All you did was take away my energy.
It's
drinks.
okay, Caleb.
Really annoys me. Like, really, really bad.
It's okay, Caleb. You still have ghosts. They have Swedish fish.
That's true, but I haven't been collecting ghost cans for 4 years.
All good things come to an end.
I know. Once I finish my bang chair, I might feel better.
Sorry, I crushed
Yeah,
you
so
with that.
I guess we should move on to the poll.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to get so depressed for a second.
No, it's okay. I really like the
it's
poll.
40 degrees outside today.
I really liked your poll.
Yeah, we normally talk about the poll. I did not talk to you about this
Yeah.
one because I brought it up at lunch on Monday, and then I think when I said it, I followed, like, which is the poll this week. I think I followed it up with another question, and we just completely left it dust. And then, I opened the wrong thing.
And then Tuesday at my first class wasn't meeting, so
So you weren't awake.
I didn't wake up until late, which was.
I knocked on the door, and you didn't answer, so
I'm sorry.
I was
I
like,
was
I'm
asleep.
just gonna leave, and then, yeah.
I was asleep.
But so, the poll this week was card games versus board games.
Very good question.
Which, I mean, it's a pretty tight race in my opinion. So I'm interested. I haven't looked at it either because I don't use Instagram other than doing this. So I don't know who won yet. Let me find out who won, and then I'll let you guess and stuff. All right.
All right.
Give me your opinion and your guess.
My opinion. I'm going card games. Board games can be fun, sure, but board games can also be not fun. Board games are also like really expensive nowadays, and that really bothers me. Like when I go to look at board games, I could potentially play with my friends and family, and they're $30 for a cardboard board and some pieces and a die. I get really upset.
Minimum $30.
Like it makes me mad. So that's one problem I have with board games. And like I don't have problems with board games. I love board games. They're fun, but it's just the price of them. And for a fraction of the price, you can get a deck of cards and play so many games.
More than a fraction. You're like,
yeah.
I mean, you can get a cheap deck of cards.
It's still a fraction, even if it's 1/30th.
Yeah.
You know, but,
I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't think about this one a lot. I normally do, but
yeah.
I didn't vote, which I don't know if my vote ever even counts, honestly.
Yeah.
It's my poll, so I didn't vote. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I'll talk about it in a minute.
It's okay. But yeah, for $1, you can get a deck of cards and play like 18,000 different games.
And Oh Heaven is one of
And
those.
Oh Heaven's one of those games. Texas Hold'em's one of those games. Cash is one of those games.
To be fair, for Texas Hold'em, you do need other items.
You do
but
need other items, true.
you can use items from around the house.
Yeah. Cash is a game. Go Fish is a game. Memory is a game.
Solitaire.
I love Solitaire. Solitaire's so much
Hand
fun.
Solitaire if you're on a plane.
War.
Speed.
Speed.
Speed's fun.
Egyptian Rat Screw.
Which I love.
Great game.
ERS.
Yeah.
I call it Egyptian Rat Slap, but that game has like 30 different names.
Yeah.
Nobody ever knows the game you're talking about when you say, let's play this, until you start explaining the rules. And like, oh yeah, I've played this before. I call it Butt Fart Monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it. So, and also, like,
we almost made a short film about that one time.
I have the script and it was really stupid, but I think it was funny. It was just really entirely stupid. It was about this guy who figured out how he could cheat Egyptian Rat Screw and played an underground Egyptian Rat Screw game at this guy's house. The guy who ran the game, his name was Falcon, and he had a pet cat, not a pet falcon. They just called him Falcon, and he like sold chinchillas illegally to single women.
The chinchillas would have been hard to do on our budget, but we can manage a cat.
We managed a cat, and yeah,
Drive down to my house one day. There's 4 of them.
Yeah, but it was really stupid, but I thought it was funny. Anyways, there's a lot of card games you can play, and some of my favorite memories are just like having some music soft in the background and then just chilling with friends or family and just playing some cards. You know, it's easy, it's simple, and it's cheap compared to a board game. And to me, it's just as fun, if not more fun, than most board games. So I'm gonna go with cards.
What do you think the people voted though?
I don't know if the people are gonna follow my sense of pricing, because most of the time, at least in our generation, I don't think our generation has found themselves paying for board games that much yet, because I think most of it has been the parents have bought the board games. And then also, though, if people think about it hard enough, I mean, Uno's a card game. That's not a board game. Apples to Apples is not a board game, it's a card game. So
Comes in a box, but it doesn't have a board.
Yeah. So, I wonder how that was taken into consideration as well. Uno's a very popular game. Phase 10, so another one. So
Phase 10's fun.
I'm gonna hope that people went on the wavelength that I did and said card games, because I do think people generally have more fun when they have a group of friends playing cards together. And that could be me just being biased because that's what I do, but I'm gonna say cards won 58 to 42.
You were so close.
Dang it.
Cards won 55-45.
Ah.
When you started with the 50, I thought you were going to get it. I had that.
It's okay. I'll take my closest. 3% off's not bad.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That wasn't your closest.
I've gotten it.
I was going to say, you've gotten it before. I think I've gotten it once, too.
We both have.
So, me personally, on my side of things, I'm going to agree. I love card games. I like board games a lot, too. But I like the price thing you brought up. I've gotten to the point, like, I'm 20 years old and don't live with my parents. Mr. Robbie, I prefer board games, but I don't play games anymore. Sometimes I play solitaire on my phone, but that's it.
I do that.
This guy
too.
plays solitaire.
I play solitaire in class. I pull it up on my computer. I can jam out to a lecture when I'm playing solitaire, dude.
That's fair.
Like, it helps.
Especially on the computer where it kind of like helps you out a little bit and you don't have to like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I love solitaire.
I never got into solitaire. My mom likes hand solitaire, which is why I brought it up. Like when she's like flying or doing stuff where she can't really lay it out, she just plays hand solitaire. And I don't know how it works, but she does it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm at the point, 20 years old, I don't live with my parents, except on like certain weekends. So like, when I see a board game I want, I'll look at the price and it's like $60 and I'm like, well, I'm not about to ask my parents for this.
For a board game.
And I'm not about to buy it myself.
Yeah.
Because we don't play board games enough for that to be worth it. But that sucks because there are a lot of really fun board games.
There are some fun board games.
And then this issue arises in cards too, but a lot of board games are super fun. But like typically, especially like the newer ones that are like coming out and kind of expensive, they're really confusing. And if there's one person that doesn't want to learn it, the game is no longer fun because somebody's like, guys, I wanted to play Monopoly. You know that one game we played 30 times?
That takes 6 hours.
It takes 6 hours and everybody knows the rules already. Why don't we do that? I'm like, well, because I wanted to learn a new freaking game.
Yeah.
And then
it's hard to get people to learn new stuff.
So
for sure.
There's that.
Yeah.
Well, as far as computer games, I play Candy Crush, Soda Saga, and Words with Friends. That's really it, honestly.
I had my Words with Friends phase.
I used to play Words with Friends with my mom, and she would always
Crush.
beat me because she was my mom and I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
I also used to play Candy Crush. I knew somebody that was like
one
of the top players of Candy Crush, and she would like show me her thing once a week when I saw her at swim practice.
Nice.
Not my swim practice; it was her kids' swim practice, and Andy's swim practice. But so she was apparently really good. I never made it that far.
I never played it. I just couldn't get it. I played it once. I just couldn't.
Words with Friends is one of those games I wish more people were into because Scrabble's pretty fun. It's a fun board game.
I have Scrabble at my house. Or no, I have the Words with Friends board game at my house. It's basically the same thing as Scrabble.
Pretty much.
I have
But yeah,
me and Lauren and Jackie played it. I lost.
I'm glad card games won.
Yeah,
I'm a big
games are just
card games.
different.
And
it's more chill too. You can just pick up a deck of cards and be like, "Hey, you want to play some cards?" And then you find something.
just gotta decide on a game.
Yeah.
Which the issue of rules does come into that too. The amount of times that I've tried to play ERS and there's been at least one person that is unwilling to just tough it out for 5 minutes and learn the rules is just like unbearably cruel to me.
Yeah.
It's just like, guys, please. It is so easy and the game is really fun. And they're like, it just doesn't make sense. Why do I only have 4 on an ace, but then with the jack I have 1? I'm like, just
listen.
it's so easy, just learn it.
But see, that's the good thing about a deck of cards is that you can always find a different game.
Mr. Robbie says, I'm 63 and I don't have the hand and eye coordination to play Xbox or anything like that. It's too confusing for me.
Sure.
Yeah, I get that. There are a lot of. I guess not a lot of. There are some games that could be kind of easy to get into, you know?
It depends.
One of MatPat's final theories that he's made, I haven't finished the video because I had started watching it in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru line, and I got my food, so I stopped watching it. But it was about like how to bring people into games, and one of them was like a category for like older people and like super young children and like what games. I never made it that far in the video, so I don't have advice, but there are some games.
Remember when we did our top 10 video games episode when JJ did that child's monkey game where there's like the colors that you press or something?
Yeah,
that's so funny. JJ had some crazy picks in our totally serious conversation videos.
We should make another one.
We really should. Endless Love.
Endless Love
2014. I go back and I watch that clip like at least once a week because it cracks me up every time.
Was Evan's favorite movie Ferris Day Off?
Yeah.
Okay. I told Jacob that the other day because he said it was his favorite movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But it's
so yeah. That's why when we sat down to play Oh Heaven that first night, like a lot of people give up on Oh Heaven because it's a little confusing and it's a little bit demoralizing to not know what you're doing for so long. And I was really scared that y'all were going to crap all over it because you didn't understand the rules. But I was really happy when the next day y'all were like, "Want to play Oh Heaven?" I was like, "Yes! I freaking love Oh Heaven! It's my favorite card game." Have you ever gone through all the cards of Trivial Pursuit?
I'm not going. Well, maybe. Me and my family have played that a lot.
I haven't played Trivial Pursuit a lot, so
I don't know if we've gone through all the cards. It's possible. But
I've read a lot of the cards just from like sometimes I'll read them, but I don't have a copy of Trivial Pursuit here. I don't think we do anyways.
I got a copy at my house. I have two. I have the newest one, and then I have like the old one. And we tried playing the old one once, and Mr. Thomas just destroyed all of us. Like it wasn't even fair. Like it was. I knew nothing in that one.
Trivial Pursuit is one of those games that's like I love trivia.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it sounds bad, but I really like trivia in like the big settings where there's like a prize and a bunch of teams. It's a lot more fun than me and my friends who are all guessing stuff that we just had no clue.
Yeah,
I like the Office trivia board game. I love trivia in general. It's a lot of fun.
I'll do like any type of trivia any day, even if I don't know it, because trivia.
I like learning new facts.
Yeah. And
sometimes I'll just go online and like look at trivia for random stuff, but
we could do a trivia video on Next Topic Media.
We should do any type of video on Next Topic.
We probably
just
really
something.
Should. I mean, me and Colton should have already filmed like 3 episodes of Brain Surge. We haven't.
I keep getting on my computer to like, and I'm like, all right, I need to come up with an idea and start making that video today.
I haven't done a Spidey News in like
YouTube recommended me a Spidey
weeks.
News like late last week, and I thought it was new, and I was like, sweet.
No.
And then I looked at the comment, and it was like from 4 months ago. And I was like, huh, that's not. And I should have known it wasn't new because I'm pretty sure it was about Spider-Man 2. I was like, yeah, that game can come up. Yeah. I used to play You Don't Know Jack. That was fun. I don't know what that is. I don't think I know what that is.
I do not know what that is.
Sounds like a trivia game. Guessing it's a trivia
It's probably if you don't know Jack.
You don't know Jack.
I would probably suck if you don't know Jack.
I don't know. I think I do pretty good. One of my best friends' name is Jack, so
you do know Jack.
I'd probably win.
You actually do know Jack, so it's okay.
I know Jack fairly well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see Jack next Saturday. I was gonna try to spend the weekend.
That was this Saturday.
Nah, I'm working all day this Saturday. I was trying to figure out a day, and this upcoming weekend didn't work for Andy and Jacob, and so we were going to move it back to next weekend, so I told my boss I could work, and then Jack was like, no, next weekend's not going to work either, and I was like, well, that sucks, and he was like, you can come down on Saturday if you want, and I was like, okay, and he's like, I don't think we could watch the movie, though, because I could be having a kid in any minute, and I was like, okay, and he's like, that's why you can't spend the night, because I could be having a kid, and I'm like,
his wife is expecting. Good for you. Congratulations to Jack.
It started as a DVD trivia game, then I moved onto computers and other platforms. Oh, that's sick.
Oh, I have. Okay, have you ever played Scene-It?
Mm-mm.
So Scene-It, it's spelled SCENE. So it's a DVD trivia game. We had the Disney one and the ESPN one, and they came with these discs.
Can I drink that again?
Yeah, you can. They came with the ESPN. We had the ESPN and Disney one, and so you just play along with the DVD, and you'd click a category, and it'd give you like a random clip.
That's crazy.
For that category to like answer questions and stuff. It was a lot of fun. I was the only one in my.
I have played like the DVD games before.
Yeah.
Like not the one, but like the one they have on Community.
I had a friend that had a DVD game of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, and that was a lot of fun. And the dude that played Gibby on iCarly was one of the kids on the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader DVD.
Gibby.
Gibby.
I used to play the Monty Python computer game. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I used to play one of the earliest games I played that I have like memory of is I played the Paddington game. And it scared the mess out of me. I don't know why, but it scared me. Everything did. That one, I think we talked about it before, the Jack and the Beanstalk Mickey Mouse game.
That game was horrifying.
Just gut wrenching.
Scared the crap out of me as a kid.
Like, I remember playing that on a computer in my basement and like screaming and running upstairs.
I hated that game.
It was awful.
I had nightmares for like 3 weeks after playing that game. But
yeah, it didn't permanently scar me like Chucky did. But
yeah,
actually, that wasn't a permanent scar. I'm not scared of Chucky anymore. It didn't 10 years scar me like Chucky did, but it did scar me. That crap was stupid scary. As a kid, I'm sure I would not be scared now.
I'm curious.
Or maybe
I think I would be terrified.
I might have like a little.
I don't think people understand how scary that game freaking was.
I know I'm like overhyping it in my memory,
dude,
but there was like music playing and it scared me.
It was awful.
And like,
I hated that game, dude.
Paddington Bear is pretty scary. Yeah, I remember playing it when like the movie came out, but like
I wouldn't know that Paddington Bear was scary.
There was like some parts where like he was like up close talking to you, and I just remember it gave me the chills. And
interesting. I think my earliest memories of computer games are that one, the Mickey Mouse, Jack and the
I played Age of War a lot too.
Age of War. I don't think I ever played Age of War. I remember
Age of War's pretty good.
This was later than the years I'm talking about, but Tanky Online had its big phase for me. I don't know if you ever played Tanky Online. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did.
What else? Oh, there was a Blue's Clues game, and you got to like walk around in the first person as Blue's Clues and go to like his house or the park and do all this cool stuff.
I think I played that.
That was a lot of fun. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody game where you had to run from Mr. Mosby.
Did not play that.
And then just classic backyard baseball.
There was a bunch of like Disney Channel games I used to play a lot.
Disney Channel had the best games, and then Nickelodeon had great games too. And then everything has changed since then. And addicting games. I used to play on addicting games like every day after school. I'd go to my grandmother's house and she had a computer, like one of those old desktop ones, and I would just play addicting games for like 3 hours. Those games were so much fun. But
there's one game. Remember Friv?
Yes.
Friv was the crap.
Friv was the crap.
There were so many fun games on there. I like Mini Dash. Played that one a lot. There was that one game where you had to like scare a ghost. Or you were a ghost and you had to scare the family out of a haunted house. That one was so fun. It was called like Haunted something.
Oh, what? Okay.
And there was another website I'm trying to think of that it had the like player review percentage on every game.
Mills Eagle?
Maybe. But it had like, it was one of those websites that like when you were a kid you were like, ooh, I'm on this website because it had some of those like sniper games where you kill people and stuff, and they weren't really horrible, but like they were like more mature than you were used to. But there was one game, I think it was called Extinction, like spelled EGG, Extinction, where you started as an egg and then you like grew up and you had to like go kill stuff. And you were a dinosaur.
That's cool.
And it had the sickest music playing in the background. Like I remember hopping in to listen to the music sometimes because it was so freaking good.
I did that with World's Hardest Game.
Oh yeah,
when it came out. That song.
I used to play video pinball on my computer.
I had video.
You guys haven't played video pinball? The simpler the better for me.
I had video.
I played
pinball.
Pinball's fun.
Pinball is fun. Dude. Okay, but Friv.com though.
I don't know if it exists anymore, but there used to be a Jeopardy online for free. Probably does exist, but
it might not be that exact.
It's probably not the same one, but there's
sure
definitely
somebody has made a Jeopardy.
Some type of Jeopardy.
Dude, but Friv.com had Electric Man 2, and that game, it was like the running with the bulls game, where you had to run from the bull and like do all the obstacles and stuff. I can't remember the name of it.
I think I know what you're talking
about. It was so much fun. Electric Man 2, though, that game was the crap. I loved that game. When you could do the
I like the stick fighting one, where like sometimes you glowed blue.
That was Electric Man 2.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Where
the name,
you're a stick man and you have to pick the color you glue.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah, I love that game. The game was so much fun.
And then, not everybody knew about it, but there was that one tile on the Friv screen that if you like hovered over it, it would change the games.
Yeah.
I remember being the cool kid when I showed people like
Dude,
that.
I have that same memory. I was like,
they were like, "No way!"
Yeah. Dude, I remember, cool math games. We used to grind Run 2. But this is before Run 3 came out. We used to grind Run 2.
Seventh grade math, bro. I used to kill some Run 2 when we got the computers before they eventually banned cool math games.
There was this one guy who, this is back in like elementary school, and we had those desktop computers, and we were we called it Quest. It was like the same thing as Merit was for New Hope and Caledonia.
This guy knows what's up. He said he really likes old arcade games like Space Invaders and Asteroids. All I need is a joystick and a button, and I'm happy. That's how I feel. Have you played Dig Dug?
He loves Dig Dug.
I love Dig Dug.
What's that other arcade game you and Andy really like?
Oh, Mappy?
No, I love Mappy though. Mappy's sick. It was the one you played at Pine Lake, Timberlake. Y'all played for like 2 hours straight at the arcade at Timberlake. It was a jet game.
Oh, that's my favorite arcade game. It's called Time Pilot.
Time Pilot.
I love Time Pilot. But I might have just said Dig Dug's my favorite. If I did, I didn't mean it. Dig Dug's my second favorite. I played it a lot more recently. But
I love Mappy. Dude, I just started
Time Pilot is incredible, and like, it's the game I keep hoping that they'll put on like Switch and one of those like free arcade things. But like, I love Time Pilot.
I need to go to my grandmother's storage unit and see if she has like my old joystick games that you just plugged into the 2 prongs on the TV.
I have one of those.
I had a Spider-Man one that was so much fun, and a Power Rangers one that was so much fun. Those are like some of my favorite games ever, and I really want to.
I like Joust, which was sort of like flying camels or something. I don't think I've heard of that one.
I have not heard of that one. Dude, Mappy was so much fun.
Mappy was fun. I used to play that on something all the time. It was
I
on
had
like
one of those joystick things that had Mappy on it too.
It was on like a
TV.
like a Wii game I had or something.
Yeah.
And now I have that Pac-Man thing that Daniel got me because it has Dig Dug on it. I should play that more. Dig Dug is so fun.
Dude, when I first started playing Mappy, I didn't understand the point of it. I was just bouncing and trying not to get touched by the crooks or whatever.
I don't think I ever understood the point until I started playing it recently.
I just had fun on the Mappy map. But this is all reminded me when I was a kid, back when my parents were divorced. On Tuesdays, my parents are still divorced. I don't know why I said back when. They still
back in the good old days when they were divorced.
But every Monday and Tuesday, I'd have to go to my dad's house, and my granddad picked me and my sisters up from school, and we'd go to this restaurant in West Point called Kathy's. It's where No Way Jose in West Point is now. But they had this like arcade in a back room, and it had a sick pinball machine, and it had Mortal Kombat, and then it had these 2 like big desktop computers that were touchscreen, and they had like some of the funnest games on there. And it was just like, but everything was like a touchscreen game. So you had to like, there was a football one where you just swipe to throw. That was a lot of fun. And they had a Miss Pac-Man machine back there too. So I had so much fun in that place growing up, because we'd just stay there for like an hour and a half after school, and I would just kill all those games except Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat scared me.
I've wanted to get one of those like standing arcade machines that just has every game on it, but I need to have Sega Mega System 20. I used to have a Sega Mega System 25 years ago. The only games I had were Daffy Duck and Hollywood and the Terminator game. I did have a Spider-Man game and a Simpsons game, but those were too difficult. I didn't really know that there were Spider-Man games for those types of platforms.
There was one for the Nintendo, Super Nintendo that my mom and my dad had. There was also, the Return of the Jedi game on the Super Nintendo, hardest game I've ever played in my life. Just the first part of it, you're trying to fly an X-Wing to Jabba the Hutt's palace. It is, I guess the first level of the game is the first thing you do, and I to this day, don't know what the frick I was doing. Like,
it's really weird.
I hated it.
Because, like, I've had both sides of this happen. Like, there have been games that I thought were really hard. When I was a kid, I'd go back and play them, and they were super easy. But then there are some games that I thought were super easy, like Super Sluggers. That was the easiest game ever when I was a kid. When I got back on and started playing, it was so hard.
Dude, I think it's just like, I used to grind on that game so much. Because, like, at my dad's house, there was really nothing to do besides play the Wii. And the Wii was in my room because my sisters just watched TV. So I played Super Sluggers, like,
I played
religiously.
Freaking crap out of Super Sluggers.
Like, I was winning on level 4, which I can't remember the name of it, but the most difficult levels.
All Stars.
Yeah, I was winning, like, I was mercy ruling all my games. Like, I don't know what has changed since then.
Mr. Robbie says, sorry, I know your podcast is really supposed to be about board games and card games.
It's okay.
Sorry, I turned around on video games.
No, it's okay.
That's fine. We name it beforehand, and we just name it whatever the poll's about. We do a poll every week, so we rarely talk about the poll for more than like 5 minutes.
And then we just move on to whatever else.
We move on to other stuff. We talk about our weeks.
Pretty
we haven't
much.
got there yet.
We might not today, because we're just talking about nostalgic video games.
Back in Cool Math games, though, one of the times when I went back home, I hopped on Cool Math games while I was laying in bed on my computer, which I normally don't use electronics in bed. I try to not do that.
Sure.
But I don't know, when I'm home and I'm just chilling, I'll pull my computer out and I watch YouTube and play games until I am too tired to do that anymore, and then I go to sleep. And so I was just chilling on Cool Math games, and I started grinding out some games. And I essentially beat Jack Smith. I've got all of the weapons and weapon types and bombs and enemy types and stuff like that, which was kind of sad because there's kind of nothing after that, and I wanted to max out every weapon and get like the gold star on every weapon, but I didn't have the time for that. It takes too long. But there were a bunch of games I played, and then I started playing Clicker Heroes, and like, I've never made it so far into Clicker Heroes. I've thought about getting like the actual Clicker Heroes game and like porting my data over, but I don't want to do that. Yeah. So, like, I didn't even make it just to the E numbers. I've got like E170, and I never made it past like exclamation point. I've played that game for too long. And now I just like, it's always on my computer, so I like won't play it for like 3 days, and I'll get on and I just have a bunch of gold I gotta spend.
Nice.
Although I need to restart it soon. Do whatever the Ascension thing.
I remember at computer lab one week, our teacher was just like, alright, y'all just play games. We're not doing anything today. So for an hour and however many minutes, this is back in
you remember Nitro
second
Type?
grade? Dude, love Nitro Type. That was a fun game.
Fast math was the stuff as a kid, though.
I hated it. Well, I sucked at math, but that's besides the point. But I remember that exact day that she was like, we're just going to play games, Papa's Freezeria showed up for the first time in Cool Math games. And it's the first time in my life I have beat a Papa's game. I didn't know that was possible until that day. Like, I didn't know there was a end level.
I didn't know that either.
Mm-hmm. This last person comes in, and if you don't get like this perfect score, then... or not a perfect score, like a certain score, they close you down. It's like a health inspector or something, I don't know. And so you have to make it perfectly and everything. And then you can keep playing after that, but then there's this big end scene where Papa comes back from wherever he was, and he just like hugs you and everything. But
Papa's Freezeria was definitely my favorite of the Papa's games.
Papa's Hot Dog Rio is my favorite one, but that's just I like baseball. And you can win prizes for doing the home run derby.
I didn't play. Oh man, I didn't play like any of them that often because I would just get a little bored or stressed out, and then I would start purposely trying to make them as awful as possible to ruin some.
I never understood. Papa was always gone. Like, how do you have all these restaurants? He's never at any of them.
He's leaving to go open the new restaurant.
Yeah, it's like, bro.
I just always thought it was funny because they are literally all the exact same game,
but different food.
just different food.
Yeah,
Except for Jack Smith, which is why Jack Smith's the one I played the most because it was fun. Like, you actually had the part of the game where you would fight the people. I'm not violent, I swear.
He's not. Civil Balls was a fun game too.
Civil Balls was fun.
Love Civil Balls.
The game I was trying to find was Ball Factory.
I love Ball Factory.
Fun.
I forgot about that
But
game.
I couldn't find it. I think they took it off of Cool Mac.
It's probably on something else.
So
There was
a bunch of games I used to play all the time, but then they got rid of Flash.
Bloxer, B Cubed. B Cubed was fun as crap.
Oh, I remember now. My Sega Mega System game was RoboCop and Terminator.
RoboCop.
It was a very loud game, but fun to play.
RoboCop sounds like it'd be a fun game.
RoboCop does sound fun.
They just
I wanted to watch
they came out with a new
RoboCop.
RoboCop game for like next gen consoles.
I think I heard about that. Maybe.
I don't know if it's good or not, but I'm not enough.
Probably
of a-
not if it's a AAA game.
I'm not
AAA
enough
game
of
is
a
trash right now.
RoboCop fan to.
I would be a RoboCop fan, but when the 2013 one came out or whenever it came out,
so bad.
I wanted to go see it, and my parents told me I couldn't.
That movie was not good. The original RoboCop movies are like they're those funny bad, like superhero movies, but they're classic, so you love them even though they're not that good. They're it's interesting though. They're cool.
He just looks cool.
He does look cool. He's a robot cop, bro.
RoboCop.
That's what you know how they do Kick Puncher in Community.
Yeah.
That's what they're making fun of. Is
Yeah.
RoboCop.
I figured.
His punches are kicks. It's so funny.
Sounds like it would make sense.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, that's the games.
Yeah, that's the games.
I want to play O Heaven now. Just play O Heaven.
I just want to play like computer games. I might not pay attention to any lecture today.
It might actually be on my computer.
I'm gonna be deep into. I'll end up playing solitaire. I don't know what I'm saying.
One of my favorite mobile games I found out had a Steam version too that's also free, and I got that, and I connected my accounts, and I've been kind of grinding on it. Listen, guys, Hollywood has no new ideas. Always stick with the originals.
What was the second one?
That's where we're located. The South.
The Southeast.
Hollywood has no new ideas. Yep, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Which is, it's almost the consumer's fault.
Yeah.
I put most of the blame on Hollywood, but if consumers would actually go watch original ideas, then they would start trying to make more ideas instead of just remakes and sequels and requels and threequels and prequels and stuff like that. Which is like whenever it sucks whenever something comes out, it looks really cool and new, and then nobody watches it because it's like, well, it's not Star Wars.
Like the creator.
It's not.
Like I don't think the creator made any money in the box office, but it was like.
It's also apparently a bad movie.
Was it?
Yeah.
It seemed interesting to me.
It looked cool, but
Presley said it was good, but
they just need to get a good director to make a good new movie. Boom. Which is one reason I like anime so much. When something new comes out, people are generally really excited for something new. This just does not seem to happen in movies or TV shows.
yeah. And most of the concepts are just not interesting enough to me. Marvel is kind of.
But I don't know why they had to remake Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
Yeah. I agree with that statement. I'm not the biggest Tomb Raider guy either, so I didn't have a preference, but
the reason is because Lara Croft is hot. That's why. Lara Croft sells because Lara Croft is not wearing a lot of clothing.
I wonder if that's why. How much money has Madam Web made? Because I'm sure that's
most of the money Madam
That's
Web
gotta
has
be the
made has
reason.
been from people watching it for the potential Morbius effect or because Sydney Sweeney's in it. So, and apparently they downgraded Sydney Sweeney somehow. Like they didn't make her as attractive as she
That's
was.
what.
So.
Yeah, that's what.
That's what
Evan
Evan was
said.
saying.
I'm not gonna go watch Madden because I just don't care, which is crazy. Because I was super when that movie first got announced, I was so excited.
Yeah.
I'm sure you remember how excited I was, and all the news started coming out. I was like, oh my gosh, they're bringing in Julia Carpenter, and oh my gosh, this casting's actually a big deal. Like,
Yeah. Continuing the story is cool.
and it just. I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, what are y'all doing?
And apparently the movie ends in like a super stupid way.
Yeah.
Have you heard about it? You mind if I spoil it?
Go ahead. I'm not gonna go watch it.
She goes blind because that's how her comic
Yeah, she
character
does go
counterpart is. But she found out how to use like her future telling, and then the three like Spider Girls. Ooh, the three like Spider Girl. What is happening to my voice? Oh yeah, no. I think I lost my voice.
Yeah.
The three Spider Girls come into the room and they like picked up food or something, and she's like, "Oh, thanks for getting me," and then like says the order they got her, and they're like, "Whoa, how did you know? We didn't tell you." And she's like, smiles at him or something, and then I don't know. It sounded so goofy.
That sounds goofy.
I only watched the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies because I didn't agree that they should start all over again with someone else. They definitely shouldn't have started again with Andrew. That felt, especially because Spider-Man 4 was a possibility, but...
There was like pre-production for Spider-Man 4.
Yeah. But I get why they started over with Tom Holland.
Yeah, because
Tobey
they
Maguire, needed to bring in
MCU.
a Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Tobey Maguire would not fit in the MCU. Besides the role that he played in the MCU.
Yeah, besides that. But no, I get it. I've grown fond for most Spider-Man films, though.
There's only one that I dislike.
There's 3 that I dislike, and then all the rest of them I either like to love. But, yeah. And then I think everyone knows the 3 I dislike, so I won't go on a tangent about Spider-Man.
We've talked about Spider-Man a lot.
We have. I mean, I literally have Spider-Man comic books hanging in my room.
This wall is
That
just
that
Spider-Man.
whole wall is just Spider-Man.
That is just Spider-Man.
That
is
Spider-Man. I have that comic book too, right there. That's Spider-Man. I have a Spider-Man action figure hanging from my Funko Pop.
And the Spider-Man and Soda Funko Pop.
Yeah, I did. That's the Japanese one.
Speaking of Funko Pops, let me talk about my Funko Pops.
Are they
I
new?
brought- No. They just evolve. I told you about this last night. But
Yeah, you did.
I brought these two guys because they're... I don't have Obanai, or I would have got him. But they're like the two Hashira that haven't had a lot of screen time. Which is cool because that means they're about to get a lot of screen time because the next arc is starting technically tomorrow because the movie comes out the 23rd, which means it's going to have a whatever preview day thing. But for me, it starts the 25th, Sunday, because that's when I'm going to see the movie. And I'm very, very, very,
He's very excited about this.
very excited.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the only two Hashira really that haven't like gone out and done anything that you've seen. So I'm really excited. Them and Obanai, he pulls up at the end of season 2. So, but they haven't really left where we've seen them. So I'm excited because he's one of my favorites. We've learned more about him, and he's cool, but he's kind of a jerk. It's kind of mean. But I like him as a character, so I'm excited. I'm very excited. And then this has been the Demon Slayer week for me. They also announced
Every week is Demon Slayer week for you.
I'm wearing my Demon Slayer.
I don't know why you're
sweatshirt.
saying this week has
Has
been.
Zenitsu socks.
It's been every week.
Well, because this is a bigger week. I ordered tickets for my movie. I went to GameStop and bought or pre-ordered 7 pops.
Night.
I only put $5 down on them, and they don't come out for a couple months. So
It's $35.
it was on a
Pops
gift
you
card.
didn't buy.
It was on a gift card.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go and like finish paying off some of them with the rest of that gift card, and then so that way when I go and buy them, it doesn't hurt my bank account that much.
Sure.
So yeah, but it was exciting because one of them was Tengen, which is the only Hashira that didn't have a pop, which is still just so strange to me because he was like literally the main character of the second season, pretty much, outside of the main three characters. So it's just like, or main four, I guess. So it's just like, why did he not have a pop? Oh. He's from Switzerland. We're from the U.S.
Yeah.
America.
America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
United States of America.
USA.
So yeah. Demon Slayer, yeah! It's my favorite show, yeah! Daniel might come over tonight to binge watch the third season with me because we're gonna go watch the movie on Sunday.
This isn't related to Demon Slayer, but I started reading a new comic book series that I think, it's an old series, but I started reading it.
Animated New Yorker.
What?
But I live here. Where are you guys? Oh, he's a native New Yorker.
Native. Oh, that's sick. Go Yankees.
He loves the New York.
I love the Yankees. My favorite team ever. You might be a Mets fan, which would be upsetting. But
You went from New York. You a Mets fan.
That's such a just false bar. It's hard, but it's false.
It's hard because nobody likes the Mets.
Unless you live in Queens.
And it's all about the Mets, baby. It's all about the Mets.
People from Queens like the Mets.
Well, I don't know. It's a bar, and because you're a Yankees fan and I don't care about baseball,
It is.
and you don't like the Mets, it makes me like the bar more because it's like, I don't like the Mets.
It's crazy though that Spider-Man and Jerry Seinfeld are both Mets fans, and I'm not. But anyway, that's besides the point. But
Mets and Yankees had their first spring training game on Sunday. I didn't know that.
Yankees is on Saturday. Because I remember looking at it 'cause I'll be at work while they're playing, and it makes me mad.
What are you working Saturday?
Academic Insight. So I'm just
What
talking
time do you
to
have to get
them
there?
10:30.
Must be nice. For academic insight, I have to get there at 8.
Well, maybe you can come up to the ballroom and see me.
Yeah, I won't be doing anything. I'll come up there.
But
I'm there 8 to 1, and it was funny when I saw my boss originally. He said 8 to 1, and I was like, "Yeah, sounds good." But I can't do that afternoon because my plan was to drive down to Birmingham and spend the night at Jack's house and then see the movie and all this.
Are you guys in New York State? No, we are not.
No, we're not. In New
We're in
York.
southern.
Yeah.
I have visited, but we're southern.
I've been to New York. I've been known to go to New York before.
Yeah, you have. I have too. But yeah, last academic insight, it's supposed to start at 11, like the little fair thing we're working, and nobody showed up till 12. So for the first hour we sat there and bashed Taylor Swift. That's besides the
It's
point.
not the worst thing ever.
Yeah, but anyways, this new comic series. It's not new. It's
what I was.
sorry.
Anyways, I'll make it fast.
Please.
8 to 1. My boss said, I told him I couldn't come in that Saturday, but then I came in yesterday to go like talk about my schedule with my boss, and pretty much every time he said like, yeah, we need people this night, I was like, I mean, sure, why not? And I just kept giving myself shifts, so I ended up taking the Saturday night shift too. So I'm working 8 to 1 and then like 5 to 10.
Oh, but that's good money.
It's good money, and it probably won't be super hard. So
Right.
I mean, academic insight's one thing that it's just so much and it's so boring.
It's orientation.
It's annoying because you're not
Orientation.
doing anything.
It's-
Well, it's different for me. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm not actively doing anything.
I'm doing the same thing I do in orientation. I'm just talking to parents about meal plans.
But I just have to I keep having to go around and make sure that the silly people in the rooms don't explode the computers. Just put your PowerPoint in there and turn on the PowerPoint, and that's all you gotta do.
Okay. This new comic book series. It's an old comic book series from 2008, but it's
What's
new
it
to
called?
me. Gotham Central.
Ooh, does that have something to do with Batman?
It does.
Wow.
So Batman's not the main character of it. It's more about the police station and everything. Batman is in it, and his appearances are sick, bone-chilling sick. But I read the first couple issues, and the story was really, really good. And some of the cops hate Batman, and some of the cops love Batman, and it's interesting how it is. But I think you would like it. It was cool.
Probably.
The artwork wasn't the best, but the book itself is
No, I'm interested. I'm gonna look at it.
good.
majoring in? We're both psychology majors.
Frick, yeah, we are.
Go psychology. Have you done anything fun this week?
Me?
Yeah.
Have I done anything?
What was
fun
it
this
called?
week? Gotham Central. Or is it Gotham? No, it's Gotham Central. It's not Gotham PD. It's Gotham Central.
I watched the movie The Flash a couple nights ago.
Gosh,
I don't think I would like it, but it was good.
I hate
But
it.
he thought it was good.
No, that movie was horrible. I'm sorry. That movie sucked.
I haven't seen it.
It's so bad. Anyways, fun things this week. I don't know. I have done anything fun this week. I had to sleep in Tuesday. That was nice. I saw the Bob Marley movie. That's what I wanted to talk about. So, the Bob Marley movie. I did not expect it to be religious in any capacity. I had no idea Bob Marley was a religious guy. So,
I like seeing Michael Keaton's Batman again.
That was
I've
cool.
heard that was everybody's favorite
That
part.
was the only good part of the thing, was Michael Keaton's appearance.
Some nostalgia.
But yeah. But so it was like very religious. Like the opening scene, this guy literally hands him a Bible, and him and his mother take a bus ride to Jamaica, or Kingston, Jamaica, or something like that. Anyways, so they keep talking about all this stuff, like about the Bible and everything, and I'm like, a lot of it was like good stuff, and there was some stuff I'm like, what? No, that's just not. And then they kept referring to Jesus and God as Rastafa, which in my head I assume was just a Jamaican word for God, because I know there's like different words for Jesus and God and like different religions and stuff. And there was one song, it was just him and an acoustic guitar. It was just like King of Kings, Conquering Lion of Judah, we must triumphantly sing, and it was just that repeated over acoustic guitar. And I like Bob Marley's voice itself.
I love his voice.
I was like, that's pretty sick. I never knew that about Bob Marley. And like I said, there was some stuff they said in the movie that I was just like, that's just not what. And so, anyways, I ended up looking into it, and boy was I wrong. So, basically, their religion, it comes from Judeo-Christianism, right? So, Jewish people believe in God. They don't believe the Messiah has come yet. We believe that we believe in God and that Jesus was the Messiah. They believe in God, but they believe this other guy was the Messiah, who was like an emperor from Africa a long time ago.
Huh.
And so that song, like when he says, Conquering Lion of Judah, he's talking about this other guy that's not Jesus. And I was like, oh, dang.
Oh.
Oof. I was like getting so into it too. And I was like, oh man, that's kind of sucks.
That's sad.
And then I was wondering, like, he smokes an insane amount of pot. Like, and that was one of the things I was like, oh gosh, Bob, what are you doing? Like, it was an absurd amount. Part of the religion is that it's like smoking cannabis. Like, you have to do it in your religion. And so, yeah, it was, and they believe that, like, Africa, the whole continent of Africa is like the Holy Land, and that they're all going to return there one day when the Messiah calls them. Which I thought was crazy. Because he was like reading in Revelation in the movie, and like his biggest album, the name of it is Exodus, which he named after Exodus in the Bible.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that album is apparently ranked by Time Magazine as the greatest album of the 20th century, which I didn't know. I would disagree with that personally, but I didn't know people felt that strongly about Bob Marley's music. But it still was an interesting story. And then there, like, morally, there were some good things that he said, like
Don't shoot people.
When I thought he was a Christian, someone asked him if he was rich, because Bob gave like a lot of money to a lot of people. Like, he never really kept material stuff for himself, and he was basically like, when a reporter asked if he was rich, he's like, I'm not rich in the sense that the world would say is rich. I'm rich in the fact that I have eternal life and all this stuff. I was like, Bob, that's sick, bro.
That was base.
And then there was another part at the end of the movie. The guy who shot him came up to him and asked him for like forgiveness and everything, and Bob was like, I hold no vengeance, but I'm also not the one that you need to seek forgiveness from. And I was like, Bob, go off. And then I was like, oh, you're just talking about a completely different guy. But
Bob Marley played his guitar backwards and upside down?
Did not know that. But
Like every time he played?
I don't know.
I did not know.
He didn't play the guitar a lot in the movie. There was a few times he did. Most of the time he was just holding it and singing But
did you put the movie into the Peach Crisp scale?
not yet. I'm assuming it's going to be in the low 60s range. But there was, with the guy he like said he held no vengeance to, I thought it was really funny because there was one scene in the movie where his manager was like stealing money from their sponsors and everything and like keeping it for himself. And Bob got insanely mad and like beat the crap out of him. And he was about to smack him with a chair. Like he had a chair above him, about to smack him in the head.
Some WWE SmackDown.
Literally, and his wife had to come in like, and his whole like band like had to come and stop him and like get him off of him and everything. And then the guy that shot him, he was like, "I hold no vengeance." I was like, "So this guy can take money from you, and you gotta kick the crap out of him, but the guy who shot you, you're all good." Like I was like, "What? Wait a second." But yeah, it was an interesting.
He couldn't
story.
retaliate. If he retaliated while he was dying in a hospital bed,
Yeah,
things might not go too well.
it,
Where did he get shot?
right here. And then it was insane because the guy who was stealing money from him, he was in the room with him and he got shot 6 times in the stomach area and lived. Bob got shot here and lived. His wife got shot in the head, but somehow the bullet didn't reach her brain, and so she lived.
Huh.
And she like ended up singing on tour with him and stuff. She was totally fine, which I was like, that's
It's crazy that 3 people were just shot
and all lived.
in what should be fatal ways.
Yeah. Bob's wasn't fatal. He got shot in the shoulder.
Yeah.
The other guy, I don't know how. And then, like, the guy he beat up was the guy who took 6 shots for him. And one of his lines that almost made Bob kill him was like, "Everyone says Bob Marley is a hero. I took 6 bullets in the chest for you, and this is the thanks I get." And then Bob grabs the chair and is about to just kill him. Like, oh my gosh, Bob, no.
Bob, no!
But yeah. He has some good songs, though. Which, there were a lot of songs from the movie that I'd never
I've heard a lot of Bob Marley songs, but it's been so long I can't really think of any of them.
I heard 2 before this movie, and it was "Every Little Thing's Gonna Be Alright" and
Every little thing.
"Don't Worry, Be Happy," which they didn't play "Don't Worry, Be Happy" in the movie.
Is Don't Worry Be Happy a Bob Marley song?
I thought so.
I don't think it is.
Maybe it's not then.
I knew Every Little Thing is going to be alright.
Maybe I only know one Bob Marley song coming in. But there's some.
I thought yeah.
I shot the
Don't Worry Be... You're thinking of 3 Little Birds. Don't Worry Be Happy is by Bobby McFerrin.
Got it. Okay, I was wrong. But Bob Marley. So there's the songs from the movie that I really liked was "Jammin'" and "I Shot the Sheriff." Those were really good songs. And yeah, it was an interesting movie. There was some stuff because of their accents you just could not understand what they were saying. He has this like argument with his wife in the streets, and I was just like, I have no idea what they were arguing about. Like I have no clue what they just said. But so there was because of that there was
Sorry,
some
Bob.
things that went misunderstood. But it was cool his belief that like music could bring people together and that
So true.
he tried to bring peace to Jamaica and it worked. He also, I didn't know he had skin cancer either, and he died. He died at age 36, which was, I thought he got shot and died.
That's what I assumed.
And when he got shot in the movie, it was like at the almost beginning of the movie. I was like, holy crap, this movie's so short. He's already dead, and he did.
He's gonna do a lot after he dies.
I was like, good lord. I was like, is this just gonna? Can they
Does
show?
he die at the end of the movie?
He does not. But I thought they kept showing flashbacks of his like early life throughout the movie, so I thought he was gonna get shot, and then they were just gonna go back and tell everything that led up to that. But no, like the majority of the movie was everything that happened after he got shot, which was
That's interesting.
yeah.
I kind of assumed that the shooting would be kind of the climax of the movie.
I did too, so it threw me off. But I didn't know a lot about Bob Marley, so
Me either.
a lot of some cool stuff. I'm assuming it's gonna get low 60s when I put it on the thing. But I was like super excited. I was like, dude, I'm about to start listening to some of Bob Marley's like Christian stuff, and then I was like, oh crap,
I'm not gonna listen to this.
like the song name. I looked up the King of Kings, Conquering Lion of Judah song, and it's literally named after the dude that they think is the Messiah. It's like his name is Salia Hassana or something like that, and the song title is Selena Hassana is the Chapel. I was like, oh, who is this guy?
Guys,
So
that's not right.
that's when I started researching into what Rastafari was, and it was just the name of their religion, and it comes from, which I was like, they're reading the Bible. where are they getting this from?
That is interesting. I kind of want to know
like,
more. It's just like you read like Jesus is the Messiah, and they're like they must have meant
they got confused. And there was one guy he's from Jamaica but grew up in Britain in England, and they met him when he was recording Exodus, and he played the guitar on the track, and they asked him like Bob Marley's whole point of his music was like I'm delivering the message of Rastafari and all this stuff. And they asked him what he knew about it. He's like, well, I've read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So it was like...
You seen on Peacock King from Queens, the Run DMC story? I have not.
King of Queens is a good show. I know that's not what that's talking about, but it's talking about Run DMC. But
wow, my hair is tall right now.
It is. But yeah, it was...
This is why I wear a beanie.
It was a fun watch. And... but there was one scene where they were like having like a sermon on the beach and everything, and the dude who was preaching, he was like, and the Messiah was not a white man with blue eyes, and I was like, facts. And then he's like, he was a black man, and I was like, oh, not really facts. I was like, okay, well,
and his name was not Jesus.
It's like, oh,
well,
and
we don't have Peacock over here in Europe. Oh, really?
I did not know that. That's interesting. We have Peacock. Maybe I should watch it because I like Run DMC.
I have that. Yeah, I have the Heart Song sweatshirt that I wore for like 3 years before I found out that was the Run DMC logo.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I feel like when people see this, they just think I'm like a weird Run DMC fan. Or maybe a big Run DMC fan that they're like, wait, they have a song called Heart Song?
They do not.
How did I not know about this? I wonder how many Run DMC fans I've fooled into like looking up Heart Song by Run DMC, and then they get really disappointed when that's not a song.
I didn't know you didn't know that was the Run DMC. I didn't know you didn't know that was the Run DMC logo.
I mean, I knew who Run DMC was, but I didn't know that was their logo, and so I was just like. One day somebody was like, that looks like the Run DMC logo. It was one of Andy's roommates. I was just like, no, this is the Heart Song.
No, actually, this is not.
You idiot.
What are you talking about? Yeah, no, that's funny. Run DMC, though, good band.
I should listen to more of their stuff, since I'm essentially stealing their brand.
Christmas in Hollis, I know it's cliche to say that's my favorite Run DMC song, but Christmas in Hollis is my favorite Run DMC song. So
I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard it. It's in like almost every Christmas movie. It's like the dun 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 dun. It has a sick intro.
I had a girlfriend in college in the 80s who turned me on to Run DMC.
Nice. Very cool. They like.
I'm gonna have to check them out. I've been stealing their NIL essentially for so long. I should check them out. I really didn't know.
Dude, honestly, like, if it wasn't for Run DMC, Adidas probably wouldn't be a brand anymore. Like, they completely saved that brand.
It's probably what Nike feels like with Michael Jordan.
Oh, for sure. At least their basketball department. They were always going to be, like, a good running shoe brand. Because that's what they were founded on. But Michael Jordan's the only reason they're as big as they are currently. And now Travis Scott's helping with that, too. But his shoes are starting to make me mad because they're just the same thing over and over again. It's a Jordan with a backward swoosh, and then it's just a different Jordan with a backward swoosh, and then it's an Air Max with a backward swoosh. Like at some point, the backward swoosh is not as cool. So stop. But
people are just gonna think you have really off-brand Nikes.
Yeah. But
that was one of my favorite things in Guatemala. Sometimes they'll get like brands, but they obviously don't have the brand. They're just putting like the logo on it. And me and a bunch of my friends, we all got like Nike Guatemala shoes, and they were the most uncomfortable shoes ever.
Really? That's funny.
But upon like further inspection, the Nike swoosh was like they weren't even on any part of the shoe that they were on, and they were like so not the Nike swoosh. It was funny. But like when we were buying them, like I think most of us like legit thought that it was just like they had some Nike shoe in Guatemala and we wanted it. But I kept that mug. I don't know where it's at. But it's a cool shoe. It's cool to have. So
yeah,
they just weren't super comfortable. Debbie Harry from Blondie brought rap and hip hop into mainstream with the help of Grandmaster Flash. Nice.
I've not heard those names.
I have not.
I'm not the biggest hip hop guy though either. So
Yeah, I don't listen to hip hop too much.
my hip hop kind of, I don't know. Back when I like idolized, growing up, like when I was just not idolized is the wrong word, but when like early 2000s, when I was just like Derek Jeter this, Derek Jeter that. He always hang out with like Fat Joe in the pub, so I'd listen to their music or try to get my dad to let me listen to their music, and I just didn't like it, so I just kind of turned off from hip hop. But I've grown in.
There's some artists.
There's some artists that are good.
Gambino, Denzel,
Chance.
Chance.
There's some great hip
Kid
hop
Cudi.
artists.
I like Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
I like Kid Cudi and Denzel because they have good bars, except when they're talking about smoking weed, and their voices are soothing.
I tried to get into Biggie and I couldn't.
Biggie Cheese?
No, but sure. Biggie, I love Biggie Cheese. He has one song.
Yo,
it's
it's
great.
Biggie Cheese!
They call me Mr. Bombast. No, what's that, that bar from the Gambino song, but like, everybody listened to Biggie, but she different? Right. It's like, dang, bar. I can't wait till someone makes a bar about that with Taylor Swift, like, someone says, but everyone listens to Taylor, but you're different. I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It'll happen one day.
I'm sure. Dude, did you see any of those like memes where like the 49ers had the chance to do the funniest thing ever? This was before the Super Bowl. And like it was them coming out to the locker room doing this, and someone put that Kanye song about Taylor Swift's like, I made that girl famous. It's like, they had the chance to do the funniest
They should have
thing.
done it.
They should have.
The Chiefs probably would have lost because Taylor would have like started crying and tried to sue the 49ers
They
in
would
the
have.
middle of the game.
She would have shut down the Super Bowl. Like, get them to stop.
She probably has the power.
Yeah. She needs to stop taking private jet flights that are 30 minutes long. Though that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Come on, girl.
stop killing the earth for literally nothing.
Like, your time ain't that valuable.
I didn't really like her as a musician, but now I'm starting to not like her as a person. So
I hated her as a person just because of all her relationship crap. Because there's no way she cannot be the innocent one in every single relationship.
if you're the only common factor
in your
besides the other
relationships.
people being men, I guess,
Yeah.
you are the issue.
There's some relationships it wasn't her fault.
Oh yeah, there's some.
John Mayer, that was not her fault. Like, she was 19, he was 32. That's not okay, John.
That's coming from the biggest John Mayer.
And I love John Mayer, right? But
he shouldn't have done
he
that.
shouldn't have. Of course, she also should have had the common knowledge to be like, I'm 19. I'm not going to date this 32-year-old man. Like, I would say
it's John Mayer.
I would say 80-20% on whose fault it was.
Yeah.
But
Mr. Roberts said, I don't know how you guys popped up on my YouTube, but I'm glad I checked you guys out. I have to go now. I gave you guys a thumbs up. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm glad you could stop by. It was a lot of fun. Chatting it up with you today.
Every Wednesday at this time, we're here.
Yeah, we do every Wednesday. You can subscribe to the channel if you want, and you might be notified when we go live. But
yeah, that's like the only videos we do now.
yeah,
Because we
keep
stopped making
every Wednesday we say we're going to start making videos again, and then we don't. But it's a fun little nostalgia trip you took us on, so thank you.
When the Gang War trip ends, the Gang War comic series ends, I'll make a video on that. It's mid so far, but it's not as bad as the Dark Show. He does. The main thing I cover on this channel is comic books, and there's an Amazing Spider-Man crossover going on right now called Gang War, and it ends in March.
I do movie reviews sometimes.
He does.
But not lately. I haven't put out a video all year. I need to start, but every time I get on, I'm like, well, the Overwatch season just started, or I haven't played Siege in a little bit, or
Siege.
video games, or
video games.
I just had a long day of class.
He said, "Okay, I subscribe. Bet we appreciate it, bro. You're the man.
best.
You're the man. Go Switzerland,
We love Switzerland.
right?
I think so. Yeah.
Just go Switzerland. Is that the country that's like the most expensive place?
I don't know.
I'll have to look that up. I feel like that's the most expensive country to live in.
I know I haven't put out a video in a while either. Oh, we'll have to check out your channel.
Yeah.
I need to get into it because editing's really fun. I haven't seen
It's
anything. I might start making my search for the worst anime ever. I finished 18F a long time ago.
Is it not Call Me Can't Communicate?
No.
Oh, okay.
Canyon communicates bottom 10 for me that I've seen, but it's one of the most expensive.
One of the most expensive. Okay.
Now I know not to answer Switzerland when I'm playing Trivial Pursuit.
And they say, what's the most expensive country
Not
in the world?
Switzerland.
Not Switzerland. Maybe no, Luxembourg's not expensive. They're just rich. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll figure this out.
We'll look it up afterwards.
I worked at D Now this weekend.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
How was that?
It was fine.
Yeah, I already know how it was. We've talked about it, but
It was fun. It was really nerve-wracking for me because when we got there, I was under the impression I was helping with the 9th graders, but JJ couldn't come, and I was like, well, dang,
Yeah, he had COVID.
I gotta help out, or I gotta lead 8 9th grade or 9 9th grade boys by myself. That's gonna be pretty tough. And then I get there, and I come to find out that I have the 10th through 12th grade guys, and there's 12 of them, and I'm like, well, who's my partner? And they were like, no one. And I'm like,
Wow,
why?
this is dumb.
They're like, well, we trust you. I'm like,
I don't trust
I don't
myself.
care if you trust me.
This isn't about you.
I'm the one doing it. It went fine.
Yeah.
We had, I mean, they're 10th grade guys, and they're being 10th through 12th grade guys, and they're being led by one college student. They aren't gonna listen.
No.
They listen some of the time, but when there was only 6 of them, they were fine. When the other half showed up, we had some moments of nobody wanted to listen, and I don't know. I was in high school too. I get it. It was the inability to follow rules that was my issue. I was just like, just listen to me when I say something. But yeah, I just thought it was funny because like there were a bunch of groups, and the only guy group that cracked 10 people that I'm aware of was mine. So I was just like, why?
Did everyone else have a partner?
Yeah, everybody else had a partner.
That's
I was just
fun.
like,
That's so funny.
I asked, I was like, so why don't you take somebody else and put them with me? Because then somebody else would be alone. I'm like, there are some of these groups that have like 6 people. You don't need 2 for 6 if I'm 1 for 12. But I thought it was kind of funny at the end of the day.
We trust.
And I made it through the weekend, so we're
Yeah.
good. I honestly thought it was pretty funny. It was just like
That is funny.
a little weird. I was just like, I mean, I get that like a part of it was that they kind of had people partnered with people they were close with. Like
Right.
Charlie was with Ben, Connor was with Caden and stuff like that. So it was like, I get that. But like, I have friends too.
Guys. Yeah, that's funny.
But
Yeah.
it was a fun weekend. The saddest part was that only 2 of my 3, I guess, only 2, 3-ish of my 12 guys wanted to skate.
So what'd you have to do?
Well, I went out and skated for a little bit, but I didn't put my shoes on tight enough, and I told the guys we'd leave early anyway, so I just took them off after like 20, 30 minutes,
Yeah.
because it was really hurting my feet. But then, yeah.
Skating seems like such a liability for D now.
I know, dude.
Like what? Like I couldn't imagine. Like, all right, guys, we're gonna go skating. Like, no.
Yeah, they do it every year.
At D now?
Yeah.
We never skated at
Yeah,
our
we
D
did.
nows. When?
I'm telling you, we skated.
At any D now I went, we never skated. We did scavenger hunts. We did dodgeball. We never. I never did. I didn't go to the last I didn't go to my junior or senior year D now though. I just went 7th through sophomore year.
Yeah,
But
well,
7th
I don't think we did either.
7th through sophomore, though we never.
Maybe it was a
skated.
different church trip that we used to do skating on, but I thought we did it for D now. I know that we would do like a missions project at 1.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, we would have like a big game.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I used to remember going to skate zone as a kid at church. I think there was one Wednesday night a year where we would go to the skate.
We did that.
So maybe that's what I'm.
There's no idea.
I just remember going to the skate zone with the church, and I guess since they started doing it with D now, I just assumed that it was Yeah. Now I'm glad you said that because now I can stop thinking that's how it worked. So yeah. But yeah, it is a liability. I don't know how people.
Next time y'all should just go cliff diving.
Honestly. Rock diving.
Hey.
Get a good score.
If you have faith, you'll fly.
Yeah. So skate zone wasn't too fun, which sucked because like I had a few of them that like were having fun with their friends
Yeah.
that like weren't in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Not that they didn't have friends in the group, it was like their other friends outside of our group. And like they were having fun, and I had to be like, hey guys, we have to go because 9 of the other people left. So, and then the worst thing was that like our host family, so he knew that they didn't want to do it, and so he offered to like make us a taco bar. He killed it. Oh my goodness, those tacos were incredible, and he also made me chocolate covered strawberries. So, shout out to him. Oh my goodness, it's so good. But like, we left Skate Zone, went back, ate tacos, and he said that he was willing to wait until we were finished with Skate Zone. Like everybody left Skate Zone to make them. But yeah, we leave Skate Zone, and then we just ate the tacos, and then everybody went upstairs and like just started hanging out. And we didn't do anything. We didn't go play basketball. We didn't do anything else. We just sat around for 2 hours until they went to sleep. I was like, we could have just stayed at Skate Zone and let the people that wanted to skate. You're not doing anything different. You were sitting down at Skate Zone talking. You could have just stayed at Skate Zone. But it's whatever. They were too cool for Skate Zone. But I get it.
He gets it.
I get it.
He's doing it.
I'm doing it.
This guy's doing it. That's I now I'm thinking about Impractical Jokers. He's
So-
doing it. Now we're making a sandwich. Yeah. Pickles. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's so.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
That's good. You know.
The speaker was cool. He's from Starkville.
Nice. What's his name?
His name's Chris.
That
He-
narrows it down.
I
That's
don't
all
know.
the Chris's in Starkville.
I don't want to dox the guy.
It's okay. You don't have to dox the guy. I was just curious.
He's helping like set up a church called Church of the Heights here in Starkville, and they haven't had like they've only had a few meetings and stuff. So
Sure.
I might go try it out at some point just to go see like on a Wednesday night or something maybe.
Yeah.
But so yeah, he was pretty cool, and I sat by him at lunch on Sunday, and the first sermon that he spoke, I was like, the way he's talking is just so familiar. Mm-hmm. And then I couldn't put a finger on it, but then by the end of it, I was like, wait, he is Rob, like almost identical.
Okay.
to Rob.
I was like, did we not know who Rob was this whole time? Was his name actually Chris? I was so confused, but I get what you mean now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like so much. Like he even looked like Rob, and I was like, I gotta find out this guy's last name.
Was it Rob's brother?
No, it was not Rob's brother. I asked him if he knew Rob, and then he made a joke. He's like, oh yeah, I love Rob. And then I was like, oh really? Because you're just so much like him. He's like, oh, I don't know Rob. And I was like, oh,
Darn.
he's a cool guy. You should really.
He's from Starkville too.
He knew a bunch of people from New Horizons though. Like he knows Trace and stuff. So.
That's cool. Dude, have you listened to Trace's
Yeah,
songs?
it's
So good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, worked it's a lot of fun. Speaker was good. I think my guys got some stuff out of it, especially the first night. When there was 12, it was a lot harder to keep it on track because like somebody was always talking, and so when there's like 12 people, it's really hard to have like a small group over like just a lesson, you know. So, but I hope the dudes had some fun and got some stuff out of it. The mission project was pretty fun.
What'd y'all do?
Cleaned out the elementary school that's right by the church.
At Fairview?
Yeah.
I remember we did that for We Love Columbus.
Yeah.
That was honestly so fun. Me and Dalton, like, we got the big tables out of each room together. We just went to every room and moved those tables, and it was like, it was either Sam or David. I can't remember who said it. They're like, I'm so glad we have Caleb and Dalton move these tables. And that's like the only thing we did was move the large tables. That's my memory of the Fairview Elementary School.
This time, I was kind of going back and forth because we were like just moving stuff to a dumpster or to like a storage room, and in one of the rooms, it was where all like the girls were, and then Jim and David were, and they were like moving big desks and stacking them on top of each other, and I was like, I'm gonna chill in here and help them pick up these big heavy desks with big strong arms. hanging out with the bros all weekend. I had to get some lady time, you know. I have some friends.
Ladies.
I was talking about the college leaders and Jim and David and like Michaela and stuff. So I was just hanging out, being a good leader, talking to the peeps. Yeah. And I go back, make sure my guys weren't goofing off, help them for like 30 minutes, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, at one point we were trying to stack these big desks, like the size of your bed, at least, on top of each other 3 high. And so we got one too high, and we were trying to figure out a way. It was 2 here, 3 here, and empty here. There was like a case or something. So we couldn't like, what we had done for the first one, we stood up on top of 2 other desks and put it on, but we couldn't do that. And so I was trying to find a way, so I climbed up to the side of one, and I was like kind of leaning back and like holding something. I was like, look, I can use my other arm to help guide it. And they're like, yeah, but you're going to fall. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And then I slipped and fell, like right after I said that, and slid on the back side of it, and then I ripped a hole in my irreplaceable sweatshirt, and it was really sad, because that sweatshirt's like, since we got it, me and Joya kept accidentally wearing it at the same time, and so it became like a joke. So now every time I go home, I always wear the sweatshirt, and when I get there, she's wearing the sweatshirt, and it's always funny, because we're both wearing the sweatshirt. So yeah, it was sad when I ripped the hole in it. But everybody thought it was funny when I said, I'm not going to fall.
Yeah. Something similar like that happened after the baseball game Sunday. It was me, Colton, and Aaliyah, and Colton asked, like, you know, would you, like, use your body to protect me if it ever came to that? And she was like, absolutely not. And then the next 2 seconds, she slipped and fell going down a hill. And Cole was like, you deserve that. That was funny. Alrighty.
I do not think... Oh, he did subscribe. I was just making sure he stopped.
What time is it?
It's 8.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else I did. Oh, Andy and Jacob came over Thursday and we played disc golf. I went 1 down.
I said hello to them.
You did. You were offered to come play.
Yeah, I needed to get work done.
That's fair.
If it would have been this week, absolutely. Last 2 weeks, though, were ridiculous.
I think it's because I have exams coming up, but I keep getting scared because I'm doing my homework and I don't have any more homework.
Yeah. I'm
like, what's going on? But it's really, I'm realizing how scary it is because I have 2 exams on Tuesday, and I'm currently not ready for either of them because Jonathan being gone really made me not motivated to do anything in his class, so I haven't gone and listened to the online lecture, but it's only 20 minutes, so I'll listen to it before tomorrow, before I go to class. So, like, yeah, but, so I have those exams, and I'm like, ooh, I really need to do good on these. I did good on the health psych one, not as good as I thought I did, but that's because I didn't talk at all in class, so I didn't get bonus points. But I did do that this time, so I'm gonna get bonus points. Yeah. But, the biopsych one was just not fun. That one hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry.
Because it was one of those things where like I kept second guessing myself, and then when I finished the exam, I looked up the answers and I was like, yep, nope, yep. I was right originally. Oh, yep. I was right originally. Oh, yep. I studied that how many times and got it wrong? So yeah, that one just hurt my feelings. But professor's super nice, and did I tell you about the Phineas and Ferb thing?
No.
Last Thursday, she talked about Phineas and Ferb in class and made a reference to it and was like, "This might be like past y'all's generation." I'm like, no, this was our generation.
We're not that young. What do you mean?
She was like, but she like watched it with her kids or something.
Yeah.
But she talked about it, and then she made some comment about how like I think they stopped making episodes, which is really sad. And I was like,
just wait till you find out.
Just wait till you find out. And so after class, I had a question to ask her. So I went up and I waited, and this girl in front of me was telling her about. We talked about caffeine at one point. The girl in front of me was telling her about the charged lemonade situation at Panera. And then the girl didn't seem to be in on everything that happened. I kept up with it, and so when she left, I was like, by the way, this is what I came to talk about. But I heard your conversation. The charged lemonade stuff, 2 people actually died from it. And so they ended up making it where the people that work there, they moved the drinks to behind the counter. So the people that work there are the ones that refill your beverage, and they're not legally allowed to do it more than like once, I think. So yeah. So they got sued, and the lawsuit went through, and it hurt them because they were selling absurdly high amounts of caffeine without telling you, and it's just called charged lemonade.
Yeah.
For all I know, it could have had 50 milligrams, but it was actually like 270 or something like that. But yeah, said that. Then I asked my question. I was like, "Oh, by the way, Phineas and Ferb," and she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "They're actually making new episodes right now." She was like, "No way!
Yeah.
My kids are gonna be so excited." I was like, "You can tell them that Caleb demanded it."
I don't know. I hope there's a cartoon like that when I'm an adult, so I can watch it with my kids without having to worry about it being like woke or inappropriate, and it actually be funny. So I enjoy watching it with my kids. Like,
Phineas and Ferb, like, it's not in my top 10 TV shows, which it realistically could be, but it's just like, it's a perfect show.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that show. It is funny, the acting is good, the premise is good, everything is good. It's just so good.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think a show like it will ever exist.
I doubt it.
It is too good for its own sake. Like, it just doesn't make sense how a show could be, like, so good.
Yeah.
And it's not in my top 10 shows. It could be. Yeah. I think it was
a bottle mention.
I'm pretty sure it was. It realistically could be, but
I'm so excited for the new episodes, dude. And people are like worried they're gonna suck. I'm like, no, it's the same format, it's the same writers. Like,
I think there's potential it sucks.
I think it's just gonna be the same exact thing.
If they try to change it.
I don't think they are.
If they add new characters or try to make it woke, it will be bad.
Yeah, but I don't think they are. I think they're gonna just keep it.
I hope so.
What it was, 'cause
I'm pretty sure it'll be like that.
Great formula for a show. So you know.
Yeah.
And we're watching, and we're waiting. Do you
Did
believe
you
in
know
100% off coupons? It's a parade inside my city.
It's a parade inside my city. That video is so fun. I was telling Jacob about that on Thursday, and he told me he had seen the video.
Dap me up.
Oh! That's why I wanted to say with disc golf. I turkeyed the last 3 holes.
Nice.
But what the sad thing was, Andy almost aced hole 9. He hit the basket. Like, he came down and then hit the...
Hole 9?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's the short hole.
Hole 9? Oh, y'all are at...
Not hole 10.
I thought y'all were at Wise.
No, that would be freaking...
I've
almost
aced
hole 9.
I was like...
I've landed by the
That's
basket.
why I was making that noise. Hole 9, yeah. At Lakeside, that's... Yeah.
Yeah. Andy does not have the power to get down there.
That's why I was confused.
Yeah.
But
hole 9 is my favorite hole. I was talking to Jacob about it. It's my favorite hole.
At Wise or
yeah,
Lakeside?
At Wise. I love that hole. It is one of the most satisfying holes to throw good. And I want to ace it so bad. Because I've gotten close. I've never hit the basket, but I've landed by the basket. I'm like, but there's no way to really aim for it. I can't even see the basket. Yeah. So I birdied that one. I birdied the back 3. So I was doing really good. But the sad thing was, I made a 40-foot putt for birdie on hole 1. Then I missed a 10-foot on hole 2, a 20-foot on hole 3, a 10-foot on hole 4, and a 10-foot on hole 5. Like, I made the 40, and then I proceeded to miss 4 easy putts in a row. I could have started 5 under. And then all I had to do was par 6, 7, maybe get the birdie on 8 because I'm good at that hole. I get the birdie on 9, par 10, and then I'm already sitting at like 6, 7 under to the front 9. Dude, it was sad.
it happens, man.
And then I ended up bogeying some holes because I was a little demoralized, and I don't think I would have bogeyed if I had birdied them.
Yeah.
So I had potential to beat my PB, which I don't even remember what it is out there. I think it's 6 down. I think.
Could be.
So through the holes I birdied and should have birdied, I could have gone 9 down.
Yeah.
So makes me want to go back out there and play again and So Caleb A.M.
Caleb A.M.
Y'all been Caleb A.M?
I think they have.
I think they've been Caleb A.M. We need to go to class anyways.
Yep. That's class time.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. We've missed the past 2 lunches.
Have we? We went to lunch Monday, didn't we?
No.
We didn't go to lunch Monday? We so went to lunch
Yeah,
Monday.
we did. Sorry, I even talked.
Because
We
talked
missed
about-
Friday.
We missed Friday.
We almost missed Monday. That's what it was, because the line was so long.
Yeah.
But then we waited, because you ended up getting off work at 12:50. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because we were talking about the Caleb.
I had a lapse. I was thinking about Friday.
Yeah, we did miss Friday.
We missed Friday.
But we need to go to lunch today because our quiz for,
Is due Friday morning?
and it opens up today after class.
When do you get off work?
12.
Alright.
Alright, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching Caleb A.M. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your friends. Be back here next Wednesday at 6:30 a.m. Central Time.
To
US
hear us
Standard.
talk about how we should start making content again.
Maybe we will already have.
Maybe we will find
Thank you guys
it.
for watching.
Caleb A.M.
Love y'all.
Love you guys. Caleb A.M.
All you need is...
Caleb A.M.